Oh, sweet bitches, here we go again. This episode of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. If you go to audible.com/Joe, you will get one free audiobook, and you can try Audible free for 30 days. It's a badass service. It's one of the coolest ways to spend time, whether it's in traffic or stuck on a train somewhere, in a plane, or whenever you're just forced to just sit there. It makes that time so much better to have a good audiobook. I've been a fan of audiobooks forever, and Audible's taken it to the next level with this thing they have called Whisper Sync. And this is an application they developed for the Kindle Fire HD. And what it is when you're reading a book, you read a book on the Kindle, and say like you get to page 10 and you fall asleep. When you get up in the morning and get in your car will start playing an audio version of the book right where you left off. It's such a cool move. I'm a huge, huge fan of that. And Brian is pulling up hooker books, which I don't think you should be reading. Why? Because those books are boring as fuck.
Dude, a hooker book read to you? Are you kidding me?
Ew. By some old bitch whose mouth is all like sandpaper from a million dicks been in there.
Xavier Hollander.
Oh, I think she's like Xavier Hollander. She was like, when I was in like high school, she was like one of those first like B-movie freaks that would like do like Showtime 2 o'clock in the morning movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have these terrible like Cinemax movies. Do you remember
Emmanuel
Eddie?
99.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's a bunch of those. Like she would always like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Like find herself in a fucking closet with some dude fingering her.
What's cool is you can play samples on Audible, so you can get a sample of the narration too.
Yeah.
So we can listen to a little bit of this happy guide to hooker's sex.
All right, let's see what we got.
Have mind-blowing sex. And if you follow the advice herein,
Dude, that's not a
you'll
hooker.
have that kind of sex.
That's the operator.
And
She's
over.
terrible.
Come on.
Please dial 6.
Yeah, please stick
that
my
is
mouth
stating
on your
the
penis.
You will not find advice in here about how to attract and seduce a mate.
Oh.
That bitch
Fuck
has no
that.
soul. That is a woman who's made entirely out of mayonnaise.
Yo, so you could get any audiobook. Do you have an audiobook?
No, I don't have an audio.
Oh, I got my audiobook. I don't know
Did
if they
you
have
read
it on
it?
there.
Did
Yeah,
you read
I read
it?
my own audiobook.
What is the name of the book?
Fresh off the boat.
Fresh off the boat. Let's see. Pull it up, Brian.
See if they have like some hooker reading it.
Oh.
Oh
it
shit,
there?
that's me.
But you didn't did you read it?
there.
You
Yeah,
read
I
it.
read
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah,
did read it.
I
Oh,
read
yeah.
it.
Well, they wouldn't have it with somebody else. That would be insulting.
I
Could you
mean-
imagine if they did like that dude just sucks at reading his own book?
I asked for William Huang. I was like, that motherfucker from American Idol should read the book.
That would be. What happened to that dude?
Should we tell the waiter? We should send these back.
Oh
Well,
shit,
dude, you're better at talking sex than that chick.
Was
Yeah,
that
I
weird
am.
reading your own book? Like, was that like a long process, or was it kind of like, oh, it's kind of cool, I get to read this whole book through?
No, it was weird, but I'm reading. It was cool because I had only read my book twice when I edited it. So for reading the audiobook was the third time I read the book. I was like, oh, this is a dope book. It was funny, but it is weird to hear your own voice. It takes like a half day to be like, that's my fucking voice.
You get used to that shit.
Yeah.
So go to audible.com/Joe and you can pick up that book by Eddie Huang. How do you say it? Huang.
Yeah.
Huang. Eddie
Well,
Huang.
yep, all
Eddie
good.
Huang. Fresh off the boat, a memoir. So go, do it. It's free. How do you go wrong? And you can't go wrong with Audible. They're cool. And they're our sponsor. We're also sponsored by Onnit.com. That's ONNIT. Go and get yourself some kettlebells, bitch, and become a more manly-fied version of yourself. We got everything you need between the supplements, strength and conditioning equipment. We got exercise DVDs, blenders for making kale shakes. We just try to sell you the coolest shit we could possibly find when it comes to health, fitness, and wellness. And if you use the code name Rogan, you will save yourself 10% off of any supplements. All right? You dirty bitches? Eddie Huang is here. Let's get the party going. Isn't it phonetic? The way Chinese to spelling, like the way you say your name, Huang,
Yeah.
you picked an interesting way. Huang.
A-N-G.
It's-
Yeah, it should be just be like W-O-N-G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, no, the Cantonese way is W-O-N-G. And then the silly Mandarin people spelled it H-U-A-N-G.
Silly
Because it does
Mandarin
not
people.
sound like Huang.
Yeah. It's tricky, though, when you're going from characters. Hit it, Brian. Play the music.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out!
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Powerful Eddie Huang is in the building, and that's Huang.
What's
for
up, motherfuckers?
People searching WONG, like us silly, silly uninformed Americans. It is funny that like they have to change those characters and to translate your name into English and put it into a sound. And different people have disputes on how you should do that.
It's fucking crazy because it's like taking a photo and being like, "How's that photo sound?" Huang.
Right.
You know, like it's pretty impossible.
Well, the way you said that, it's like taking a photo because the way you guys look at like language, the way the Chinese
the
characters,
pictures.
it's totally different.
Yeah.
It's a different way of looking at the whole world.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck and a half right there.
It's kind of caveman steez because it's like, all right, I want to say this, I'm gonna draw it out,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Kinda.
But it's cool. It's very like it's an artistic fucking language.
Yeah.
I definitely like it a lot.
Well, it's good. It looks good on people when you tattoo it too.
Yes, yes. But the funniest shit is like white boy Asian tattoos. Like I remember seeing one dude. He's like, "Hey, what's this say?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, that's just energy on your arm. Like you're like a Red Bull ad, bitch." You wrote energy on your arm.
But that's what I am, man. I'm all about energy.
Fucking good.
All about positivity and chi. I'm all about putting out my consciousness to the universe. The Chinese tattoos.
Yeah, man.
They say that the Egyptian language of hieroglyphs is an even bigger mindfuck because they see everything in these symbols, you know, and that we the way Americans and the people who read English language, the way we look at just even like the way you look at sentences, it's completely different than if you tried to read like hieroglyphics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't read hieroglyphics, but I heard that shit is mad hard. They needed the stone for it, the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, they did.
Hieroglyphics is some shit. That's even more caveman than Mandarin Chinese.
Yeah.
Like Chinese is almost like refined hieroglyphics, but it still makes no sense.
Well, the fascinating thing about the hieroglyphics is that they depict all of the pharaohs, and they depict them from this whatever dynasty the last pharaohs existed in to what gets into like fiction. They think like 30,000 years, like then they live in like hundreds years long, and they're fucking 10 feet tall. It gets like real wacky. Like as shit gets like super super old, the stories got like more and more screwy before anybody bothered to write them down. So it makes you wonder, like, man, how long has that hieroglyphs writing actually been around? You know?
Yo, man, salad tossing Yoshi did give me the heads up. He was
Salad
like, Joe
tossing
Rogan
Yoshi.
reads a lot of books, motherfucker. Joe Rogan is a smart motherfucker.
Well, I'm just fascinated by weird shit, like
Yeah.
the Egyptian culture. You know?
Yeah, no, the Egyptian culture, that's the cradle. You know what I mean? That's where everybody came from.
Supposedly, yeah. I mean, the only issue is that there's some new shit that they've been finding that's even older than that. The real question when it gets to like something like Egypt or anywhere we've got some really, really old shit is like, what happens if you find shit that's way older? And what do you do then? Like, you can't say that Egypt was like the oldest, like really advanced culture when you find like Göbekli Tepe, which is in Turkey, which is 14,000 years old.
Wait.
It's so much earlier than Egypt.
But not earlier than Africa in general, like the out of Africa theory, right? Or
Well,
do you think it's
Göbekli
really...
Tepe is right now the oldest known complex structure that a human has ever built. And they know that it's at least 14,000 years old.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, not only that, they know that it existed for thousands of years before it was intentionally covered. And they've only, I think as of right now, they've only uncovered like 5% of the entire structure, and it's enormous. And there's series of circles and stones, but they've done like whatever they do, with radio waves or whatever they do to map out what's going on under the surface, and they've determined that it's massive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 14,000 years ago, so that's even older than Egypt,
That's insane.
Yeah.
That something was happening in Turkey before that.
Something huge, not just something. People
It doesn't
were able
like...
14-foot stone columns that have been cut and moved, hundreds of tons of stone. I mean, this is advanced construction.
It doesn't dispel out of Africa, though, right?
Doesn't necessarily, no.
Yeah.
No, because 14,000 years ago, it still ain't shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about human beings coming out of Africa and migrating.
BC.
It's like millions. Yeah. It's like, what is a human? It gets to, is it, which different Australopithecus. Like, at what point in time do you decide that it's an early human? Because at one point in time, it's like fucking amoeba.
Yeah.
Okay, and it goes from amoeba to being a lower primate and to being a higher primate. When is that?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's all how you frame it.
Yeah, because the people, you wouldn't want to hang out with an Australopithecus guy. Those fucking idiots. They're gonna be like a monkey man eating his own shit and fucking trying to kill your cat, and that's not a human. It'd be like almost a human.
Yeah.
But I think civilization in Mesopotamia, it was like super advanced. They know like 6,000 years ago, and Turkey now being 14,000 years. Still, it could go back to like 30,000 years, and that ain't shit in terms of like the history of the Earth. And that would be insane for us to think that 30,000 years ago they had like complex cities, but it's super possible.
Yo, I was talking to someone this week at TED too. She was a cosmologist, and she was telling me that life can survive on Mars, and that people, you can actually, if you're willing to commit, they will take you to Mars, and you can be part of the first. If someone was saying, Joe, I could put you on a space shuttle, you could go to Mars, and you could be part of the first colony, and you could basically be the fucking Genghis Khan of Mars, would you do it?
No, it's stupid. Because Mars is just like a shitty apartment on Earth. That's what it's like. It's like a shitty apartment that you can't get out of. Once you get there, that's where you're stuck. You can't go outside because there's no oxygen. You got to terraform, put a dome over it.
No, see, she thinks
atmosphere.
that life can survive out there like without that shit. Like, there's
she's
parts
not.
of Mars
No.
that she believes can sustain life.
No, she's silly. That's not correct.
But hypothetically,
I mean, I don't think it's correct. Like, okay, hypothetically, let's say it was correct.
You
let's
could be
say
the Don Dada of a planet.
But dude, it would have to be a very small area because most of Mars doesn't have. Is there possible that the atmosphere would vary that much, where one part would be sustainable?
It's all alien to me.
Are you sure she wasn't talking about terraforming?
No, she was talking about Mars. She said life can sustain on Mars.
Right,
That's what she was telling me.
But as it is,
and then she showed me a meterite. I was like, okay.
She
I kind
knows
of got
that.
fucked up by the show and tell because the show and tell kind of fucking threw me off. I was like, damn, you got a rock from there?
Terraforming means when you go to an inhospitable climate and you set up machines, like in the movie Alien, right?
Yeah.
I don't see how there's any other way to live on Mars other than that. I don't think that atmosphere is thick enough.
And that would be so
sustain life.
scary if like those machines broke one day or something. Everyone died at once.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
And died slow of asphyxiation when the air slowly gets eaten up by you.
Yeah, if someone told me you could go to Mars and there's everything you need and it's terraforming and Con Ed was in charge, I would never fucking go.
Yeah.
Listen, man, even if
you don't have Con Ed in L.A., obviously, but in
No.
New York, Con Ed fucks everything up.
But we have the same thing. It's like
Who's your dude
I don't even
that
know.
fucks shit up
who
out
the
here?
fuck who fucks shit up?
Who's your electricity dude that fucks shit up?
Edison.
Yeah.
Oh, the motherfucker.
Well, L.A. was famous for the brownouts back in the day, where they just started shutting power off, and basically they didn't have to do it; they were doing it. It was all a greed thing. Somehow or another, it was they were making a fuckload of money doing that. I don't remember what the scam was, but people, I believe, lost their job and even went to jail for that shit. Those brownouts.
Yeah, no, but Mars, I was thinking, and I was
that.
like, man, I don't want to go to Mars. She said, you can go, but you can never come back. I was like, hell
Okay,
no.
let me ask you this: would you go to the desert? Would you go to the middle of the Sahara where there ain't shit and it's dangerous and you could die out there for no reason?
I
just
would
run
go
out
to
of
see
water?
it, but never to go
Right.
stay forever.
Right.
Hell no.
But that's Mars.
Yeah.
Mars is just like going out into the Mojave.
Yeah.
There ain't shit out there.
Yeah.
You know?
What she said, though? She said mad people from her classes and the other professors she knows wanted to go. They were all wanting to sign up to go to Mars. I was like, you got to be an egotistical motherfucker to be like, I want to be the first one on this bullshit planet.
Well, some people are silly. That's a silly thing to do. To go to another planet where you can't get back. Fuck that.
Especially if like Lance Bass is going. Isn't he the one that's like out in space and shit? The Backstreet Boy or NSYNC dude in space?
Is he out in space? He's tried.
He's
Has
trying.
done
He was
that
like
yet?
one of the first ones, and he was.
Oh, he has done
Yeah.
it, right? He did it with like the Russian
Yeah.
cosmonauts, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, okay.
If they were like, you got to go to Mars and Lance Bass is there, I would not fucking go.
No, that'd be horrible.
Lance Bass gives good foot massages.
Oh, really?
He's cool to hang out with.
Oh, you got a foot massage from Lance Bass?
I said maybe.
man.
I'm just
Oh.
saying.
I think you're onto something.
You know, it could be something better than, going by yourself to Mars. Maybe Lance Bass is a hell of a conversationalist. And halfway through the 6-month trip, you're like, this guy's starting to fucking grow on me.
He's like the White Lloyd from Entourage.
I never watched
They
Entourage.
kind of got like the same hair. It was a horrible show.
I only
just
watched
to
it
see what
once,
happened to the Asian dude.
and I don't know if it was a fair representative of the show. I only watched it once, and I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on here? What are they watching?
Wasn't the Asian dude gay?
He was mad gay.
He was so funny. Yeah.
Mad gay.
He ate a lot of Kung Pao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you go to Mars? Would you, if you knew it was dope? If you knew it was
If
like
I could
Alaska
come-
in the summer, just beautiful green,
Like they have the Bush Company, I would go. You know? No, if I could go to Mars and come back, hell yeah, I would go.
If you could go and come back, what if
Hell
you could
yeah.
go and come back, but it was only a 90% chance of success?
Success meaning like
Life.
coming back.
Yeah, like 10% possibility that there might be a fucking solar flare while you're in the middle of the flight back, and everybody in the plane gets
Nah,
cooked.
I would need 100%. Like I'm that dude that I won't even get laser eye surgery because it's not like 200%. Like my brothers all got laser eye surgery. I was like, you Chinese, you should not be fucking with your eyes. Like, you already fucked up, and now you're gonna introduce this new element of surgery? Hell no.
Well,
So
they supposedly have it down pretty good.
Yeah.
What level will you be willing to do it?
like 200%.
200%.
Yeah.
I don't think that's. How could they do that? It doesn't even make
Like
any
there's
sense.
a 200%. No, it would need to be 100%. That I would come
100%.
back.
But even if
'Cause I love
air
Earth.
flight,
Earth is
air
some
flight's
shit.
not 100%. You know, come from New York to LA, you might as well look.
Yeah. All right. If it was at 97%, I would go. I'll deal with a 3% like plus minus.
I would imagine that if people keep going the way we're going now, in 1,000 years from now, getting to Mars would be just like going to New York.
Oh, that would be awesome.
If we don't blow each other up in 1,000 years, just imagine what we've done in 200 years. In 1,000 years, there'll be plane flights to Mars.
That would be dope.
It'd be so fast, like 5 hours later, you're on Mars.
Did you say your
Yeah.
percent was 7%?
97.
Oh, 97.
Yeah. I would love to go. I just
Yeah.
want to see that shit.
If you had a choice between going to another planet or going back in time,
Ooh. That's a good call. Because going back in time, you kind of know what you could see.
yeah.
But, man, going back in time, well, I would probably, I would want to go to Mars because going back in time, the other times we've had, it's like less amenable. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's more diseases.
Right.
You don't get killed as easily. Like, you get shanked. When you die back in the day, you get shanked.
Right.
It's not like a bullet in the head. You could die easily now. I would rather go to the future than go backwards.
For safety's sake.
Not just safety's sake, but I want to see the next shit.
Right.
There's not really.
Yeah.
I'm not like Woody Allen, where there's a period in time where like, I would love to be in 1920s Paris.
Woody Allen.
Would love to be a 1930s Italian.
Right.
Hell no, man. Like motherfuckers didn't have AC.
Well, I'm with you. I would way rather see the future, like a peek
Yeah.
at the future, than a peek at the past. But
Yeah.
if I had to choose between going to Mars or going to the past, I'd take the past without a doubt. I would love to see how
Really?
people lived thousands of years ago. Yeah, man, to just peek in on Genghis Khan.
Oh hell
How-
yeah!
how
But
dope would
you
it
would
be?
get fucked up so heavy going to see Genghis Khan. Like I thought about it. I would ride with Genghis Khan. I'd be motherfucker. I ride for you. Like
Just pull up in a tank.
Yeah.
Pull up in a tank, light these motherfuckers on fire with machine guns. They
Okay.
won't know what's going on,
Yes.
and you would be the king. You
No,
like,
okay.
Genghis, you have to
Oh.
suck my dick in front of everybody.
Oh, see, I want to go back in time with a fucking like iPad
Yeah.
and be with Genghis
And
Khan
a
and just
lighter.
be like, "Yo, you're the original Rough Rider. You're like DMX before DMX, motherfucker. You the fucking chinky-eyed DMX. I want to film this shit and make a Rough Riders video with
It
all
would-
you Mongolians on horses and fucking crossbows and shit."
He would make you eat your own calves. That's
Yeah.
what he would do. He'd
And he
saw
would,
your
like-
calf off and make you cook it and eat it.
He would rob me from my iPad and throw me in a pot.
Yeah.
Chilling with Genghis Khan would suck, dude. He would either fuck my mom and be like, I want to genetically duplicate myself in your mom, or chop me up and put me in a pot.
I've been listening to Dan Carlin.
He would Mongolian barbecue my ass.
Dan Carlin was our guest on Monday, and he has a podcast called Hardcore History.
Yeah.
And right now, it's all about the Mongols. That's all he's been talking about.
I love the Mongols. That's like the illest civilization ever.
Crazy.
Great barbecue.
Well, listen, man, their
it's that
style is like meat over fire, because that's
Yeah.
what you do when you're raping and killing people.
It's
You ain't
that
got time
baby
to build a
corn. That
stove.
baby corn that Mongolians have is so amazing.
Baby corns. What is it about baby corn? It's so much more exciting than regular corn.
That Mongolian produce, that fucking baby corn.
the story of the Mongols and how much they accomplished, and they took over countries, and then they would force the people in that country to go with them to war, and they would become soldiers. Like, they would invade Poland and steal Polish people. They made French people fight against other Europeans. They go, bitch, you're coming with us, and you're going to be us now.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You going to fight for us, or you going to die right now?
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight. I'll fight. And they just start fighting other people. They would incorporate them into their army. Like, they had crazy
And everyone
strategy.
joined their crew.
Everyone
Joined their crew. And it
to.
was like, he was basically Drogo from Game of Thrones in real life.
But even more fucked up, because after you would conquer, like, the people that were left, they would say, okay, congratulations, we won, there's no one left to kill, so you're free to go. And then 3 miles later, they'd fucking run them down and hack them to bits.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Dude, this Dan
That's
Carlin
amazing.
guy is he's a trip, man. He's a serious historian, and especially this whole period that he's going over right now. It's fucking great to live in 1200, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The nutty shit that guy was going through. Just, they said that some insane percentage of the population of that area has his DNA.
Oh, he's the most duplicated man in the world. Ever. Ever. Like, if there's one person, I love myself. I'm not an egotistical dude, but I do kind of like myself. If I could be any other man, though, it would be Genghis Khan, no doubt. Like, I wouldn't think twice. Genghis Khan is the hardest motherfucker ever.
Yeah,
he got a lot of
but
pussy,
you wouldn't
too.
want to be so. He was so mean.
Yeah, he was
Would
like
you
David
wanna be
Cho with a
that mean?
crossbow.
If you went back in time like that, though, you couldn't be that mean. You'd be like,
That's
God,
so
why are we
much-
torturing everybody?
But that's
You
so
really
much
would.
pussy, Joe. I mean, that was tons of pussy.
Well,
Tons
it
of
was
pussy.
constant. It was constant pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like steal each other's wives and shit back then. Like, dudes were just. We were like chimps with swords. You know, that's what human beings were like. If you could give chimps a bunch of swords, they would do terrible, horrible shit. You know, we don't think about human beings as being capable of doing terrible, horrible shit, but even today, if you look at some of the accounts of what's going on in North Korea,
Oh, my
like
God.
those North
Or
Korean
Syria,
slave camps,
Syria? Oh, man, it's bad.
there's parts of the world. There's always going to be parts of the world where it's terrible, and people are capable in those parts of the world of doing shit that you only read about in history books.
Yeah.
It's
Did you
going
see
on right
Dennis
now.
Rodman going to North Korea?
Yes,
Insane.
yes, I tweeted that today. Is he out of
Yeah.
his fucking mind?
I don't know, man. They're not going to like him in North Korea.
I don't think he understands what North Korea is. He's
Yeah.
going over there to do some sort of a Harlem Globetrotters
Oh,
thing.
yeah. I don't know, man.
Americans can't really wrap their head around how
Fucked
fucked
up.
up North Korea is, right?
It's fucked up.
It's Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
It's just like
it is.
Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Exactly. I was going to say, you're walking into, like,
Yeah.
Hitler's country. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy. The whole country
Anyone
is...
trying to leave, they kill at the border.
Oh, yeah. And there's so many slaves.
Yeah.
They have so many slaves, and they have these slave colonies where they're making these people work for like a half a bowl of rice a day. They're starving to death. They keep them just barely above starving to death. They beat them to death constantly.
Yeah.
They feed them to dogs. Like people that have escaped,
Oh, I
who have
didn't know
told
they fed 'em to
stories.
dogs.
The human rights violations that we're hearing from North Korea, like all that shit about going to Iraq, you know, because we're going over there to fucking protect lives and enforce democracy.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to protect lives, we would be in North Korea right now.
We would be in North
Yeah.
Korea. We'd be in Syria.
Yeah, you're right. That place, especially North Korea, I'm more familiar with that than I am
Yeah.
with what's going on in Syria. But North Korea is a crazy mess right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Our country is not a country that's out there benevolently in country. It's just really to protect the business interests
Yeah.
at hand.
Yeah.
And like that's one of the things. Like, you know, which movie did you want to win the Oscar? I'm curious.
I don't give a fuck about the Oscars.
Really?
I think that awards for art are some of the dumbest
It
things.
is, yeah, to
I
judge
think
art.
it's so dumb.
To judge art. I'm interested though, just because I'm like, will they pick the right one this year?
The
You know
only
what I
thing
mean?
that
I'm only curious to see if
Yeah.
one day they'll do the right thing. Because I was like, Django was the best shit out.
Yes.
Django was the hardest movie out this year.
It should have won.
Yeah.
That was a great movie. And
Great
even though it was
movie.
3 hours, it never lost my attention.
No.
That movie kept me going the whole time.
And like to do Argo, right? You're just basically recreating some shit to happen. Zero Dark Thirty.
I don't
recreated some
believe
shit
it.
to happen.
But to see both of those movies, the problem with those movies is they're based on real events and they add a bunch of bullshit
and
to
it's
them.
not real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they add a bunch of bullshit to them. And when you
Yeah.
add a bunch of bullshit, like the woman that like was responsible for everything in Zero Dark 30
Yeah.
that made the whole thing happen, you're going to go kill him for me. That bitch didn't exist.
No.
She's not a real human.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't just add people
Yeah.
to historical movies. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And
Plus, if someone was going to find Bin Laden, it wouldn't be a ginger.
it might be they're good at finding dicks. Oh! Yeah. I mean, look, the lady was a great actor. The movie was very well done, but
Yeah.
I call shenanigans. You can't
Yeah.
just create a fucking fictional character that figures it all out.
And there was no George Bush. Like, you're going to do the whole fucking movie with no dumbass George Bush fucking it up?
The whole thing was weird. It was weird. It was a weird movie, man. It was a very weird movie.
But I remember watching Django, and I was like, if this shit doesn't win the Oscars, it's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
the Oscars is, and it is.
It
Every
is
year it's a crock of shit.
bullshit. It's
Every year it's a crock of
bullshit. It's
shit.
ridiculous. Look, Titanic was not a good movie.
No.
It was not a good
Horrible
movie.
film.
It won the
Horrible
Oscars. You know what was
Calm
good?
down.
You know what's good about Titanic? You know what's good about Titanic? Special effects were fucking incredible. It was amazing. It was a vehicle for showing what's possible cinematically with special effects in 19 whatever the fuck it was, 90 something.
Dare you talk bad
But
about Leonardo?
as far as like a script, it's like really obvious,
Yeah.
you know?
It was hot trash.
More obvious than Avatar. Avatar was like knocked for being obvious, but I thought Avatar was even more creative with like
Yeah.
the crazy plants that you can plug into.
Yeah, and the screenplay was
Yeah.
slightly better.
Yeah.
Like, slightly better. And also, Avatar was actually, like, in terms of special effects, even more progressive.
yes, even more.
Avatar was on some
But
shit.
that's almost like what Cameron's movies are. It's like they're like he doesn't stray too far from the path when it comes to like a storyline, but he provides you with the state of the art shit. He takes the bar and just blows it through the stratosphere. Like,
Yeah.
no one came close to Avatar yet. That movie's insane. The visual experience, especially if you go to IMAX 3D. Motherfucker,
Yeah.
man. Just when those dudes were popping out of their little sleep tanks and floating through the air, and you're
Yeah.
like, this movie is badass.
Yeah, I remember when I saw Up and it was in 3D, and I was like, "This is the worst use of 3D ever." Like, it just made the Asian kid chubbier.
Yeah, there's some movies that don't really do a good job with it, but Avatar
Yeah.
was stunning. It was like
Yeah.
it was more than just a movie.
I mean, two best movies this year was fucking Django and Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph was one of
Wreck-It
the best
Ralph.
movies of the year.
I don't
just
know what you're
rewatched
talking
that
about.
my
I don't
third
even know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you gotta watch Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yo, you
I've
would
never
love
heard of
it.
it.
It's all your favorite characters from fucking video games in a video game world, and it's an animated feature about all your favorite video game characters.
He might not like it because he's
Oh.
not that big into the video games.
Wait a minute.
really?
This was a release in the film?
This
Yeah,
is a
this year.
Disney movie. Sarah Silverman is in it. John C. Reilly. Hey,
Yeah.
that guy's in it.
Wow.
Yo,
I
it's
never even
good.
heard of it until just now.
Yeah.
God damn it. There's too much to know.
Watch
too
it.
much to know.
Watch it with the chick that's the closest one to being like your best chick in your stable. Like, that's the one you should watch it with.
Best
You know?
chick in your
I would
stable.
recommend watching it with your kids. They might like it.
You think so?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It
Because
Ralph.
it's got car racing.
Haven't
in
even
it.
heard of it before.
Oh, it's on iTunes right now.
That's crazy, man. When something is badass and you
Yeah.
haven't even heard of it
I mean,
before.
Bison from Street Fighters, and yeah, that's the best. Is when you're like, wait, that missed me, and now I have something to do this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Who were we talking to recently that had never heard of Grizzly Man? We're like, what?
I don't know.
Have you heard of it? The documentary?
I have not.
God damn it, son. How could we?
But I'm also Chinese. When was this?
Grizzly Man? Fairly recently.
Oh, I
Like,
kind of missed certain cultural things.
6 years ago, maybe? Something
Oh.
like that?
Yeah,
kn-
you definitely have
Grizzly
to-
Man is a movie about a dude who lived
Oh,
with the bears and
I
then got
heard
eaten
about
by
this.
the bears.
Yeah, people told me about this, but I was like, I'm not interested. It wasn't in the World Journal.
Dude,
I didn't want to
listen,
see
you
it.
need to smoke a joint and
Yeah?
watch this and
He
laugh.
got eaten by a bear.
Laugh your dick off at this silly bitch. This guy might be the silliest bitch to ever go camping. And yeah, he was crazy, and the bear ate him at the end of the movie. It's a fascinating. It's because it's not meant to be funny. It's a Werner Herzog film.
Oh, okay.
It's not meant to be funny.
Okay.
But it's just funny. I mean, it's like the perfect Coen Brothers movie. You know how like Coen Brothers movies, it's like
Yeah, dark and
accidentally funny almost.
Yeah.
It's like Fargo.
Yo, I
Fargo's a
love
funny fucking
Fargo.
movie.
Fargo's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, I didn't even understand Fargo till I was 20. Because when you're younger and watching, you're like, what is going on? Why? Why do they do this? And then you're older, you're like, I fucking hate people. I hate you. Die. All of you in the wood chip machine.
When you get used to people being bullshit artists, that's when the salesman and his fucking
Yeah.
true coat becomes so much more entertaining. When you run into like one of those bullshit salesmen who's just trying so hard to sell you this fucking bullshit that you spray in the bottom of your car.
Yep. You hit 19 and then you just want to see people die. Then you want to see them die.
It's so unfortunate. Why is that? Not all of them, just the cunts of
Just
the
some
world.
of them.
Just a useless fucks clogging it up for everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, but that movie, Grizzly Man, is
I
a
will
must.
watch that.
It's a must. Is there a must that you would like to recommend to people? Do you have a must that you tell people? Like, you have to see this?
Man, I mean, this year was Wreck-It Ralph and Django, but before that, I mean,
It's been Grizzly Man since I saw it.
you
That's all I recommend to people.
man. No, those are my ones this year, but no, yeah, I don't have like a go-to must movie.
Can you imagine how big a grizzly bear is compared to that werewolf out there? Do you know a grizzly
Yo, that
bear?
werewolf would fuck me up.
Spirited
It
Away.
would fuck you up, but a grizzly would eat that werewolf. A grizzly would be like, bitch,
Really,
get
the grizzly is
fuck
bigger than the
over
werewolf?
here
That
and
werewolf
give me
is
that
big,
ass."
man. That werewolf is fucking big.
A werewolf is like, that's only like 7 feet long.
Joe, have you seen Spirited Away?
Why don't you tell me what that is?
Spirited Away is a animated
Animation, the Japanese animated film.
Yeah, and it's really, really trippy, and it's
Oh,
a
yeah?
real cool animation to see while you're really stoned.
How
type thing.
old is this?
2001, I think.
Oh, okay. I think I have seen that. Is that what's the guy's name?
Hayao Miyake or something like that.
It's a good movie.
Is
That's
it
a
Spirited
good
Away?
one.
I do believe I've seen that. Now that I think about it, I think I have.
It's with the little girl and the big cat and the
Yes.
weird faces and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really cool. It's a cool
Yeah,
movie.
I do think I've seen that. Is that yours?
That's
You're-
that's
you're
one of my.
always.
That's one of my. I have movies that I can watch over and over and over again. That's like one of them. Like that's relaxing. You know, it can't get annoying because it's so relaxing and calm and cool. You know,
That's the
one.
opposite of Grizzly Man.
I thought Tron was pretty cool too. the new Tron.
Did you really? You would recommend that?
I wouldn't recommend it, but I think that year I might have been. That would have been in my like handful of movies. I just thought it was trippy to watch.
Well, I think to you it was like it represented, the old days,
Yeah, the old
Tron.
I was a huge Tron fan.
Yeah, if you're a Tron fan, I can see it, but it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was cool to watch.
The special effects were weird. It's like it was so obvious it wasn't really a young him. It was like they did something to his face and turned him into a young him.
That was creepy.
I mean, I
That
guess
was
the
weird.
one film I recommend to everyone is Killer Season, right?
Season?
Cameron's Killer Season.
What is that?
Joel Santana's in. All the Dipset dudes are in it. It's like the worst made
Who are
film.
the
That's
Dipset
the best made.
dudes?
Oh, you don't listen to the Dipset? Oh
Does
shit!
anybody there, am
I
I
just put you
alone in
onto some
knowing
shit.
what the Dipset is?
Yo, y'all don't know the Dipset?
Y'all don't know the Dipset. My grandfather's rolling over in
Oh,
his grave.
man.
I told you these fucking kids today. Y'all don't know the Dipset.
Oh,
Did you just
man.
ask my grandson? Y'all don't know the Dipset.
I
You
just-
son of a, put your fucking pants up.
I just put you onto some shit, Joe, because
What
you
is
need
it?
to get Diplomatic Immunity 1, Diplomatic Immunity 2,
Okay, I'm writing this down.
and
Hold
then
on.
watch Killer Season.
What am I talking?
Killer
What are we
Season has
talking about,
Dominican
though?
women shitting cocaine out of their asses. It's awesome.
Did you guys? I was going to bring this up yesterday. Did you guys hear about this guy who got arrested with 100 bags of heroin up his ass?
No, 100 bags.
100 bags. It was a traffic stop.
Is his
They
asshole
pulled
a
him in for a
sinkhole? You have a sinkhole in your pants, sir.
It's 100 bags of heroin, man.
That's
yeah,
insane.
100. The man. Oh, Jesus. Oh my. Okay, I look. This.
Killer Season?
No, this one. Okay, this guy just had one. Okay, the other guy had it in his ass. One guy just had 200 bags. I'm like, did someone just take it to the next level and go 200 bags?
Oh, there we are, Hellrel and Jewels, right here.
This is from Kill Season.
I'm watching my back every second right
And this
now.
is a movie?
Yes.
That new white shit is moving. Yeah, this new white shit is killing the block right now. I love this shit right now. You see what this shit look like,
This
man?
is so amazing.
This is a terrible movie, huh?
This movie is amazing,
man. Boy, you already know, my nigga. Word.
You gotta watch
right
this
here,
shit.
B. Spot. Woo, that's what it is. Woo, that's clockwork. You go, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, nigga. It's paper out here, baby. New white stuff, man.
This is like that ASAP Rocky song that they're playing right now.
Yes, they are all from Harlem, all these dudes.
Wow.
You gotta watch Killer Season.
So this dude gets busted on the Palisades Parkway. They pull him over in his 2005 Mitsubishi Lancer, and he's acting real weird. And so they decide to bring him in. So they bring him in, and they open up his ass. They just gave him a cavity check. I mean, the guy didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled him over. He just looked weird.
He was tweaking out on his own.
Something was going on with him, man. He was pulled over. I mean, it was a routine traffic stop. But they detected a smell of marijuana. And that's where they That's where they got him. And they brought him in because they smelled marijuana. That's it. And he had 100 bags of heroin up his ass. And you can't put 100 bags of heroin up your ass while the cops are going from their car to your car. You can't do that. So he was driving around with those packed up his ass.
What an idiot. Why would you drive around and smoke weed with 100 packs of heroin in your ass?
Well, I think he's just one of those guys. That's his move.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like how like Russian chicks would put Benoit balls in their pussy to tighten up their fuck muscle.
Yeah.
Maybe this dude was just like exercising his ass storage.
His starfish. Yeah, he's just working out that
stuffing.
starfish.
Or maybe he didn't trust his roommates. Like, man, if I leave this 100 bags of heroin laying around, these motherfuckers are going to sell it.
He went to the gym.
She's like, man, I can't fit it in my pocket. I can't leave it in my. I can't leave it in my dash.
Let's work out that starfish.
The glove box is full. Maybe I just stuffed this up my ass. Can I fit 100 bags? Well, let's see. 5, 6. Wow, am I really gonna get 94 more bags?
Have you ever put anything up your ass, like a pill or anything ever, like a nickel?
Washcloth?
Washcloth?
Yeah, finger in the end of a washcloth.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, clean it out. Make sure you get the end
wow.
That seemed like a good
inside
idea.
the rim.
Oh my god!
Like an ass manicure?
Little soap, little polish.
Oh, interesting maneuver.
I've never done that.
No, have you?
No, I've never even taken a thermometer.
A thermometer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a doctor stick a finger up my ass once.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, I had to, like, when you're a kid, when you have a fever, they fucking put, like, Advil in your ass, I think.
Yeah, I've never been into the girl putting a finger in my ass.
No,
never had that happen.
No,
but they say it's amazing.
It's so I don't want to go there. I'm not gonna open that
Supposed
box.
to be amazing though.
It could be amazing.
It's supposed to be like a prostate massage thing, and you just shoot like a fucking broken fire hydrant.
Joe, I think you're pretty much saying that you've done it.
No, I would admit it, man.
So the third sponsor of the podcast is Fingers in the Ass.
It's Fingers
So
in the
guys,
ass
go to
food.
/Joe Rogan, fingeruptheass.com.
10% and get a pinky.
Don't ask for the use the code name. Don't ask for the third finger, and you can save yourself 10% off embarrassment. Yeah, because a girl, like, if she's like, you want me to put a second in finger? And you're like, yeah. What about a third? Okay, no.
No.
Third? No, you're fucked up. What's wrong with you? You want 3? You wanted me 3 fingers up his ass. Oh, you need to get out. You need a better man in your life.
Yo,
You
can
ever
I
had
take a
it?
piss break
Yeah,
real quick?
go ahead,
My
go ahead.
bad.
You've never had a girl try?
I've had a girl try.
But you say
A
no.
lot of them always try, like jokingly.
Have you never let it happen?
Oh no, never.
Some
That tickles and makes me feel gross. I'm one of the people that believe or subscribe into the thing that you're not allowed to look at it, you're not allowed to see it, you're not allowed to smell it, you're not allowed to touch it. I don't want anything around my asshole.
Nothing around your asshole.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Hey man,
my
whatever.
dirty place.
It's good. It's probably a mess. I mean, I don't see you like grooming.
Yeah.
I don't see you like getting down there with a fucking mirror and a Bic 3 blade,
Who has time for that, Joe?
polishing that area up nice, cleaning it up for company. No. But meanwhile, if a girl's going 69 on you, her eyeballs are like fucking inches away from that dirty disaster of an asshole of yours.
Do you let girls eat your ass? Do you let them toss your salad ever? Have you ever had?
I've never had that. I've had girls get to the balls and the taint, but I've never had a girl just nom 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 on your ass.
And you eat ass, right?
I've seen it in porn.
Look, man,
there's certain things we can't discuss in this program. When I eat my wife's ass is one of them.
No, I mean prior.
That's even less likely to be brought up. Chicks don't want to hear about that. So it was okay to eat ass before we were married. I didn't even know you. I didn't know you existed. I ate a little ass before I knew you existed. Whatever. You couldn't have waited until it was the special one. You couldn't have waited.
Eating ass is something that came later to me in life, like, like blue cheese. Like, you don't like blue cheese most of your life, and then one day you're like, this is really good. Like, I didn't like eating ass. Now I love eating a girl's ass. It's one of my favorite things ever.
Well, like, how long ago did this start for you?
Like
when you started dating freaks?
No.
Because you went through the Brian Redban. You went into your Brian Redban freak period a few years back. It's coincidentally right when we started doing this podcast.
Yeah, I think it was right around that time, maybe right before.
You got introduced into the world of girls with troubled childhoods, and then boom, you were off to the races.
33 or 34.
Yeah, you were off to the races. And the problem is when you deal with like the world of uber freak professional sex workers, essentially. You know, that's what you're dealing with. And then to try to go from that to like some girl who like, you know, is working on her accounting degree, you know, and
is there any hope?
The TV all the
or
time.
are you kind of spoiled?
You're fucked.
I'm
fucked.
spoiled, right?
Yeah, you're fucked. Well, you know, look, man, let's be honest. You're batting quite a bit over your head.
All right.
And that's hard to keep going in the regular world. Because in the regular world, girls will eventually get mad at you. In the porn world, they're just happy that they have a man. Like, they're happy that someone's there for them and someone loves them and someone doesn't just treat them as something to just come inside of. You know, so they're like they want to be cuddled and taken care of, and they're like really
do you go
appreciate
back and
you.
watch Nickelodeon? You don't go watch Nickelodeon.
Right.
Like, once you've seen all the other shit, you don't go watch Nickelodeon.
You're right.
I loved Doug at the time, but I don't watch Doug anymore.
There's a style of super sexual woman that you're only going to get from a chick that's like probably willing to do porn. Like a girl who wants to have threesomes with you, a girl who wants to eat your ass while you're fucking another girl.
Pause.
I'm just telling Brian what I see his future. You're going to have to go gay is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
It's like it's not going to work out if you get rid
It's
of
the final
the porn
frontier
girls.
for you, dude. Is
I think
dudes.
For real, I think that like you know, like if you just want to fuck, okay, and that's all you want, it's way more fun to just date a bunch of freaks, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just trying to fuck, the problem is if you want to like really settle down and have a relationship, a lot of girls who have been involved in the adult industry, in quotes, they've had a fucked up past. And you're dealing with like
Do you think if a woman
deficit.
Do you think if a woman's a nympho and you date a nympho for like a year and a half, 2 years, that you would then become a nympho because you have to be on her same? It's like, you know, like it's like
No,
sharing a
not
Jack
necessarily.
Daniels.
No, I
or
don't
something
think so.
like
I
that.
think it's a theme
necessarily.
park that you leave. You know,
theme park that you
yeah.
I like that. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some girls. I dated a girl once that couldn't come. She couldn't come. Like she never had orgasms, but she wanted to fuck all the time. It was craziness.
They want
It
to
was
keep trying.
Well, no, she couldn't do it. Like she did. Like, and everybody says, "Oh, you just didn't know how to make her come." She didn't even know how to make her come. Like nobody knew how to make her come. Like
Wait, she could never finger herself and make herself come.
there was like one way where she could get herself to come, but it was really hard and it didn't always work. But it was like one position. The whole thing was it was a real crazy sort of situation because you knew that sex feels good for her, but you always felt guilty because she couldn't come.
She'd get wet and shit, right?
Oh yeah, she loved to fuck.
Yeah.
That was the crazy thing. It's like something was off, you know. But she wanted to fuck all the time. But if you date a girl who wants to fuck all the time, and then you date a girl who doesn't want to fuck all the time,
Oh, man.
especially if you're used to it and you like it, you're like, hey, but you're awake, and I'm awake, and we're right here, and we can just take our clothes off and fuck. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't we do that? I don't want to. Like, whoa, that doesn't even make sense to a dude.
No, that's a useless partner.
Yeah, to a dude,
Yeah.
it's like, well, half the thing is we're supposed to be looking for as many opportunities as possible to fuck. That's
Yeah.
why we're boyfriend and girlfriend,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So what are we doing here? You don't want to
Yeah.
fuck? Okay, you don't want to fuck, but there's nothing holding you back.
If you're not fucking, you're talking, and then you're in trouble.
Whoa. But
Yeah.
if nothing's holding you back, like it's not like you have, like, I would love to fuck right now, but I have to go to work. You know, I have to leave, I'm late. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's like, oh, I'm not in the mood,
Yeah.
okay, you got to get rid of that
It's
bitch.
like the summer, there's nothing on HBO, and we're not fucking, that's a problem.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
a real
get rid of
problem.
that bitch, right? That's where probably gay dudes understand each other more better. Like they probably just give up the ass.
Gay
They
dudes
just
are
suck a
so
dick.
lucky. Did I tell you the guy at Starbucks? We were talking about Grinder. He's
The
gay.
app, yeah, you have the hat on.
Yeah, because I had the hat. I wear this Grinder hat just for fun once in a while. It's a bad idea, but the guy goes, "Oh man, that's so funny. You have the Grinder hat. I use Grinder every day." He's like, "I've used it 3 times this weekend so far." And I was like, "What do you do?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just like, hey, there's a guy at Pavilions down the street, the
Oh,
grocery
my
store.
God.
He's down to fuck right now. I could go with him. We can go fuck in a car somewhere in a back alley or get a blowjob, and then I come back to work. You know, it's
Wow. Yeah.
they're lucky.
Well, you can definitely look at it that way, but they're in the dick.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Yeah." It is a fail.
You know, I mean, don't you think about that even when a girl's willing to fuck you? Like when you have sex with your girl, don't you? I always think like, why do you like dick? Like, what is going on here? Why do you like dudes? Like, why would you like a guy? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand the attraction to a man. You know, so when
I don't
girls,
ask. I'm just glad they like this medium Asian dick.
Chuck, stop
yeah,
blowing your
I'm not
cover,
saying.
man.
I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a heterosexual woman. All I'm saying is I don't understand it. Just like you wouldn't understand like being a gay dude either. But if you were so afflicted with that predilection and that's what you enjoyed, yeah, I would imagine it's a freer life.
I just love that they love it. It's
Yeah.
great. Like I'm really glad you like this shit because I got a lot of it.
There's a gay couple down the street from me, and they're trying to fit in. I mean, they do fit in. They're great neighbors, but they're trying to fit in like a regular family. Like they adopted a kid, and they do all the same shit that regular families do. Not that there's anything unregular about. Well, there is something unregular about two gay dudes, obviously.
But I
'Cause
think
one
it's,
of them
it's
can't
great.
get pregnant.
It's
It is
totally great.
Yeah.
And the thing is like you shouldn't try to fit in. Like you're Asian, you're black, you're gay. Like just be that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
well,
great.
But I mean, what I mean by trying to fit in, I shouldn't have probably said it that way.
No.
But what I meant was that they live like a normal family. They're
Yeah.
they're a gay married couple with a kid. And a lot of people have a hard time with that, man. It's really interesting. But I think here, like California, is probably as loose as it gets with how people like view that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of grief they catch, but all the people that I know around them are like totally normal with it.
Yeah.
But it's like if they wanted to, any one of those guys could just drive down to Santa Monica Boulevard, just enter into one of those clubs, just pull your cock out, and just
Get the grinder on.
get the slap happy on, right? I mean, that's there's no place like that for dudes.
No.
There's no place like that for guys where you could just guarantee that you could go and there'd be a bunch of horny chicks looking for dudes.
See, in New York, there are places like Bob in the Lower East Side. You go, and there's always like a fat chick waiting for you.
What is Bob?
Bob it's like this like 500 square foot hip hop like lounge situation in the Lower East Side. They play all golden era hip hop. You go in, everyone's sweating, dancing, and you always get ass. And OkCupid is amazing. Like I abuse
What is
OkCupid.
OkCupid?
OkCupid is like a website you go on, and you can literally people have boxes like just looking to fuck.
So it's like Grindr for heterosexuals.
For any sexuals, like
Wow.
you could have fucking 3 eyes and find some motherfucker with 3 eyes that wants to fuck.
Yeah, but they're also almost the same people. If you go to Craigslist and just like look in your area, like looking to fuck type girls, and there's like sometimes there's a picture. There's never been one that I've gone, oh my god, yes, I need to fuck this girl.
There has
It's
to
like the
be.
Yo,
scariest.
I've had
Has to
one
be
on
one out there.
OkCupid.
You did?
I found a unicorn that was pretty good.
How was
on
it? Tell us what happened.
It was bad. It was dope. It was dope. I ended up taking this unicorn to Vegas once. It was good.
Wow.
Really?
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I think that they exist because I know that there's probably a lot of girls that are super hot that would love to freak a guy out, like that a guy couldn't believe how hot they are and they just want to fuck. There's a lot of crazy bitches like that. There's a lot of them.
Well, in New York, there's a lot of girls at work, and they don't have time to go out and date and like meet dudes and pick them. And they're like, you know what? I just need to sit on something. I need to sit on something.
They just need to get their dick on.
Yep, it's great.
It would be great.
It's fucking awesome. You guys need that. You have OkCupid out here? I'm sure you have OkCupid here. They have it in Boston.
Yeah.
Too many crazy bitches out here. It's too
many-
dangerous.
Yeah, I go to positivesingles.com.
What is positive? HIV positive? Is that what that is? Did you hear about that dude that was he was some Christian mingle and he was raping chicks?
No way.
Yeah, he was picking them up on Christian mingle and raping them.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
There's dating sites for everything. There's JDate,
Yep.
Christian Mingle.
Yep.
I want to go on JDate. Jewish chicks love Asians.
Do you think so?
Oh, I
Jewish
know
chicks
so.
know how
How's
they
that? What
love
is it? A Chinese food thing? What is it?
Yeah, like we serve them on Christmas.
Why? Did,
Fuck, there's no dick or general toes. Like, where do I go? Chinese people. Yes.
Jewish chicks.
Yes.
J date.
I think they all know how to fuck really well too.
Jewish
chicks.
girls do?
Yeah.
Really?
Jew I've fucked. Awesome.
How many of you fucked?
Probably like 5.
And they've all been awesome.
All have been crazy.
The head game, the Jewish head game is the best.
Yeah, some of them.
Jewish, it's absolutely known. Jewish girls give the best head.
Yeah.
When they do it.
Yeah. Yes.
Then there's that old joke. How do you stop a Jewish chick from blowing you?
I don't
Killer?
know.
Marry her.
Oh,
You don't know that joke?
that's a good one.
Yeah, I think isn't it because like they are so since they're young, they're always said you have to only have sex with Jewish people and you never are supposed to be with anyone outside of your race, and I think that's why they're so crazy in bed. Maybe.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I don't. I'm just guessing.
Well,
I just think they're not as suppressed. There's a less suppression in that religion than there is like sexually in like Catholicism and a lot of other Christian religions.
It might be the Hitler costume I wear all the time. Also.
Maybe that's it. They want to hate fuck you.
I just figured they thought there was money in the dick.
You're trying to just suck it out hard enough.
$50.
The first. What are you doing, fuckface?
That sounds like me.
Bitch. It is.
That
him.
is you.
It's the fucking the feed, the live feed. Jamie's over there playing with himself.
Jamie.
Yeah, the first Jewish girl I dated, I was 21. That was the first like girl
She was
that I
crazy,
fucked.
right?
Bitch was nuts.
See?
She was great. I was like, whoa. But she was a woman. I was 21. She was 25.
She wasn't a
which
guy?
at the time, that's a woman.
Oh, that's a
She wasn't a
cougar.
girl.
That's
It was-
a cougar.
It was the first time I ever dated a woman, as opposed to like every chick that I dated before I was 21 was like 19, 20, like my age.
Yeah.
They were like little kids. This girl was like, college graduate, serious woman, had a career. It was totally different. Banging a chick like that's a completely different experience. Like they're not shy.
No, I've never gone older. I've always gone younger. I've never gone older.
That was the only time I ever did. Maybe one other time. One other time I dated a girl who was like a year older than me, which is acceptable.
I want to do a cougar once. I just think I see some because there's so many hot cougars here in Los Angeles.
Well, you got to join
I like
a gym.
cougars.
Huh?
If you want to get a real cougar, you got to join a gym.
Oh, I'm a teddy bear.
You're a teddy
You
bear.
ever see a teddy bear with muscles, Joe?
No, I'm saying if you want to really meet the ones that you actually want to fuck, you got to meet the ones that are at the gym. Because the ones that go to the gym are the ones that still have the plump asses, and they're like 50. I've seen chicks with great asses that are 50, and you can't believe it. It's like, God damn, why? Because that bitch is addicted to spin class, and she's in there hopping on that fucking bike.
Like that porn star
Tighten up.
Druna. That girl Druna got the crazy MILF ass.
Tighten up those fuck muscles.
Yeah.
I'm talking about girls that have their home gyms in Malibu. They don't leave the house. I come to them.
Those bitches are weak, and they're going to pass out on you. They're going to faint and fall and hit their fucking head on the marble, and then you're going to get charged with murder. Trust me. Keep away from those
That
bitches.
doesn't sound good.
Keep away from those tired, low blood sugar Malibu bitches who never leave their house, walk around in their fucking
Just
slippers.
once, I'm saying.
Bitch,
Just
put your
once.
shoes on and get the fuck out of the house.
Like a Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, you don't want that one because that one's lazy and that ass is gone. That's a long gone ass, son. She was a beautiful, beautiful young lady, but someone stole her ass when she hit about 43, 44. A goblin came into the house.
Yeah, now she just looks crazy.
Yeah.
She looked like Barbara Streisand now.
Isn't it weird how women, really beautiful women, if they get crazy with their looks, if they start shooting shit in their face, they go from being beautiful to being repulsive.
Yeah.
And it's not
And
a lot
I don't
of
know
time.
why they do it. You know it's
Yeah.
going to happen, and they still do it.
Psychological shit. It's like people that are anorexic and they can't help it. They just keep losing weight. Or big bodybuilder dudes. Like I've met guys that are huge and they're scared to go outside. They want to cover their body, their muscles up with like big puffy sweaters and shit because they don't want people to know how small they are.
Wow.
Yeah, they get nutty. Yeah, especially like those competitive ones. People who like enter into bodybuilding competitions. They never feel like they're big enough. It's a dysmorphia.
Body image is some fucked up shit.
It's
like
very
race,
fucked up.
body image,
Yeah.
it's psychologically, like you have no idea how much it fucking controls you.
We are lucky there's not a dick operation that you could do to your dick what a chick does to her tits. 'Cause
There
think
is.
about
There's
how
actually a
silly.
dick
But
operation.
There's not.
People
It
do
doesn't-
that shit.
But listen, man, I've researched
You
it.
could take a piece of your foot.
I've
Why would you
looked.
research it?
It's fascinating.
You were looking into it.
I research almost everything. I'm happy with my dick. I'll tell you right now. It's not the biggest dick in the world, but it's mine, and I like it.
Got like medium dick. It's
Yeah.
great.
But this, like the body dysmorphia that some women have, like there was a woman that I knew many a year ago who had ridiculously large breasts, fake tits, and she wanted to get them bigger. And all of her friends are like, "You can't do that. Stop it. Like you can't." She goes, "I just want them a little bigger, just a little bigger." I mean, they were fucking huge. They were crazy huge. Crazy huge.
And when they're crazy huge, they don't look crazy good.
No.
They look crazy bad.
They look crazy. They looked like, they felt like a knee. It
And
was like,
girls getting breast reductions make no sense to me. Like, you're just giving money away.
well, I think for some
Sometimes.
girls,
Sometimes.
I dated a
back
girl
problems.
who, she had before I met her, she had a breast reduction. She had enormous tits. And even when I met her, they were like D cups. And I was like, oh my God, they were bigger than this. Like, she had like back pains. Like, she would get like
I've
pinched
seen that.
nerves and shit. Like, they just can go numb.
But still, I feel like you have tits that big, like things will happen for you. You know, other things will take care of that
like
for you.
someone will come on them. That's it. It's not like
Oh,
they
man.
become fucking beanstalks and take you to the mansion.
I guess if you have a herniated disc and I come on your back, it doesn't help much.
It's not doing anybody any good. It's not like you rub it in and it's a Vicks Vapo rub. It's gonna heal the injury.
I've talked about this before. That I know somebody that has that disease. I don't remember the name of it, where your tits are crazy big, like they're almost worms, like titicitis,
Like
or something.
elephantitis of the tits.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so big that if you look at her, she looks like she's really fat. But then if she takes off her shirt and just holds up her tits, it's like, oh no, it's all just tit and body, like sandwich.
So how big of
wow.
her would you say her tits are like twice a normal tit?
I would say each one of her tits was probably, I don't know, 24 inches long.
A 24-inch
and
tit.
Probably each one weighed I'd say about 50 pounds.
Oh my God, the poor girl. She had 100 pounds of tit.
She still has it too. She has to get these like crazy bras made at Sears where they have to make the bra.
I'm telling you,
like that.
we're lucky there's not a dick operation like that where you can get bigger dick. Has anybody ever had a dick reduction? Has any dude had like a 24-inch dick and go, listen, no girls can suck this. I'm tired of it. This is bullshit. Cut me down to 10.
I would never, man. I could have a 3-foot dick. I would never cut that. It's fucking Excalibur. Don't touch Excalibur.
But who's going to fuck you? You're going to have chicks that only
chicks
fuck
don't know that you
basketball
have
players.
like a fucking 3-foot like baby arm.
You're going to have to only date chicks that fuck basketball players and had their babies.
Or Kim
so big,
Kardashian.
like 12-pound babies came out of there. No, it's not even Kim Kardashian because she hasn't had a kid yet. You need a girl who's had a bunch of babies. So she
like
can
the
take
Octomom.
your giant monster
just
dick.
like a sinkhole.
Yeah, that's the only thing you could be happy with. Because otherwise, what are you going to do with 3-footed dick? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get frustrated.
Yo, if I have a 3-foot dick though, I would just walk outside with that shit. It's like I'm tanning.
Would you just tan your dick? But you would never be able to really use it. You don't want a 3-foot dick.
You could have girls just slide on top of it back and forth like snail trail
Yo,
style.
know, if you had a
doesn't want
3-foot
that?
dick, there would be girls that would just want to check it out. I just want to sit on it a little bit.
And trust me, I
Sit
know
on
a
it
couple
little
girls
bit.
could probably put 3 foot a dick inside of them.
Airtight.
They would break. They would break just like that guy got fucked to death by the horse. There's no way they would make it.
Dana could take 3 foot of dick.
Dana might be
Asa
able to do it.
Akira could take 3 foot of
No,
dick.
she would break. She would die. She would die, and you'd be
Yeah,
sad.
any of those girls that did Son of Dong, they could take it.
What is Son of Dong?
Oh my God, Son of Dong is like the crazy giant fake dick with the giant like splooge geyser that
those
some porn
fake
stars sit on.
dicks. Yeah. I've seen that. Those are so weird where
It's
the guy
like the
still got his
Washington
pants
Monument
on.
shaped as a penis. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? That's so because they look so fake.
Yeah, it is
What
fake.
kind of weird porn is that? Where you
Yeah.
got a giant fake dick.
I like watching it though. The art design and the set design is amazing. You know, it's very very creative.
Set design. This set design with a big, stupid, fake rubber dick.
Yeah.
What is the stuff that you've been doing for Vice magazine?
Yo, so
for
I-
Vice.com.
I do this show called Fresh Off the Boat, and we use food to get into culture, and we meet all these weirdos. Basically, the whole point of the show is to travel around the world, travel around the United States, and find stories and people that other outlets don't want to talk about. You know?
Right. Like
And-
what kind of stories?
For instance, like we went in the Bang Bus with Jada Stevens in Miami. We ate Frida's, and then we watched her work, and we did that whole episode. We went to go see.
You
Uncle.
watched her do a bang bus
Yeah,
porn?
yeah. We watched the whole thing.
So
And
how do they do that? You just
They put
drive
her in
somewhere?
the bus. It was a reverse bus.
Right.
So they put her in the back of the bus. They drive around and they pick up dudes off the street to just bang.
Here's a trailer.
What's a reverse bus?
The reverse bus is her going in doing that. The bang bus normally is a dude driving around to find chicks on the street.
Yeah.
Reverse
bus is her looking for dudes.
Yeah, and then
Oh, I
other
get it.
shows we've done is, we went to go, we didn't want to separate people from the slaughter because we want people to know you're eating food, you're eating animal protein, an animal is slaughtered. So the first episode we ever did was showing like a white rabbit being slaughtered.
I saw that one.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah. We're like a pretty thoughtful food show and we try to challenge people. We really want to challenge them. We don't just give them candy. It's not just Soma. We really want them to think about, the culture that they're engrossed in, the cultures that they're supporting, and things like that.
Was that the first time you ever killed an animal like that?
No, we've killed animals. I cook Chinese food, so you're always cooking seafood. You're always cooking live seafood,
right?
And then I've seen chicken slaughtered. I've never seen a cow slaughtered. I've never seen a pig slaughtered, but I've seen chickens. I've seen seafood, and I saw rabbit.
Yeah, that rabbit was pretty intense.
Yeah, it was definitely intense. Like everybody there, it was pretty moving because you watch a life leave the earth in front of you. And funny shit was, I actually thought I died like a week ago in Houston. It was really funny. I ate this indica bubblegum hash. They made this beef jerky out of indica bubblegum hash, and High Times gave it to me. And so I'm eating it, and I didn't remember to kind of dose it. I ate it all. I gave like a little piece to my homie. I gave a little piece to my brother. And I remember about 30 minutes after, I'm watching like House of Cards on Netflix by myself. And I'm like, yo, oh my God, I think I just died. And I went to my brother, and I felt like I couldn't move. I could like see shit, and I couldn't hear shit. And I went to my brother. I'm like, you got to take me to the hospital. You got to take me to the hospital. He's like, why do I got to take you to the hospital, motherfucker? And I was like, I think I just died. He's like, what do you mean you think you just died? You're just in front of me right now. I'm like, so you can hear me. You can see me. I'm like jumping on your bed. You can see this. He's like, dude, you're not dead. Go to sleep. I was like, you have to take me to the hospital. I feel like my spirit left my physical body. And he's like, what what are you talking about? And so he takes me to the hospital in Houston. We were there cooking for the All-Star game and like Dwayne Wade. And I'm in the hospital. We check in and the doctor's like, what's wrong? He's like, I think my spirit left my physical body. And he was like, what the fuck did you do? I was like, I ate indica bubblegum hash jerky. And he's like, you need to chill the fuck out. You need to just chill the fuck out because there's nothing anyone can do for you. I was like, did I just die? He's like, no, you didn't die. You're just high as fuck. And you're being a pussy.
The way he described it, indica bubblegum hash jerky.
Yeah.
That's very specific, too.
Yeah, it's some chef shit.
Yeah, we've talked about it a billion times on the podcast, but a lot of people don't know that when you eat marijuana, it's a totally different psychoactive experience. Yeah. Your body produces something, it goes through your liver, and it produces something called a 1-pass, and it makes this chemical called 11-hydroxymetabolite, and it's 4 to 5 times more psychoactive than THC in the smokable form. So it's not the same drug.
Can you die from that shit?
No.
Here's what you do, though.
No. The only way you're going to die from... What's that?
Drink milk.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Just trust me. You'll calm down within 5 minutes.
That is not scientific.
Weird.
Do not listen to him. He doesn't know what the fuck. You're going to throw up milk. That's what you're going to do.
That would not be awesome.
Just need a little glass of milk. Just a teeny glass.
Listen, that's not scientific, Brian. You're talking nonsense.
Because I tweak
milk
the fuck out.
When you eat as much hash as that, you're fucked. You're not going. A glass of milk's not going to make you feel fine.
Yeah, I eat every day, but I ate fucking all this fucking hash jerky, and I never felt so bad. I felt like I did heroin.
Yeah, it can get you really scary high. You can get to the point where it's really uncomfortable. You know, and that shit is not fun.
But were you ever dumb enough to go to a hospital and tell people your spirit animal was broken?
No, but I did think that I fucked up. I went too far. I've gone there before where you just like. But I always liked that. I like what it feels like when it's over.
Yeah, like me and weed are fighting because it's like I've loved this bitch for so long, and I'm like, you really hurt me. You really hurt me this time.
Weed. Don't do edibles. Just don't do edibles.
Yeah,
edibles are amazing, but it's all in the dosage. It's very tricky. Yeah. I love edibles. I prefer edibles.
Really?
Yeah.
You like a regular edible eater?
Yeah. I prefer it. I think it's better for your body. I think it's better for your body, and I think the intensity of the experience, it lasts longer, and to me, it's more introspective. I learn more.
Oh, you definitely think of wild shit. I was saying, I felt like I was one of those Christian inspirational people because I'm in the car. I'm like, Evan, you have to realize that every day you have to fight to stay alive because as soon as you stop, you will die. I just died. I swear to God, I just died watching House of Cards. He's like, you did not die. Shut the fuck up. Just don't watch any more Kevin Spacey movies.
Did you ever see the 911 call where the cops stole some pot from some kids? They made some pot brownies, and then the cops called 911.
No.
It's
that's
hilarious.
Awesome.
And that's the thing. They thought they died. They thought that time had stopped. They were calling in 911 just shitting their pants, thinking that this is the end.
No, I thought I heard like the universe's voice was like, Eddie, you've checked out. Like,
Yeah.
I really thought I died. I was like, oh, the game is over. Game is over. I heard the theme music. The game is over.
You can definitely eat too much pot. But then after it's over, you feel fine. It's not even like getting drunk. You know, that feeling that you get after you have a hangover, it's like, God damn it, I don't want to ever drink
No, like, I
again.
ate so much, my head hurt for 3 days.
Whoa.
I could not, I did not, it took me a while to come back.
3 days.
3 days.
Wow.
Well, you probably broke something just with anxiety.
Yeah.
Just the anxiety alone was probably so much stress.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, your brain was like,
Yeah, the muscle in my brain fucking hurt. So yeah, kids, don't eat that fucking bubblegum hash.
I find that edibles make food taste the best, too. Because I think smoking anything probably dulls.
Ruins your palate.
Yeah,
it
a little
does.
bit.
It does.
Yeah, and you have, like, options out here with edibles, like, that are fairly...
And they're delicious.
Yeah, but also you can actually like pretty much rely on the dose with some of them, like candies. Like you know, like you like Ari Shaffir, I'll ask him like, what is this candy? He goes, it's like a half a breath strip. Like, okay, got it.
But not
You
always
have to
is.
know. Not always.
It's still not accurate.
You're right, but some companies, like you get used to a company, you know, and they got their shit together, and they can make it until the feds come and bust their door down and fucking take them away.
The problem with edibles, it's also how much you have in your stomach already. So that's a factor where, you know, when you smoke it, you don't have to deal with that.
That's where breast strips come in because it doesn't matter because it just goes into your bloodstream.
Crazy.
Holla! We're
Crazy.
sophisticated out here on the
Crazy.
West Coast, kid. How hard is it getting good weed in New York?
Yo, I got a really good serve. I have a serve that they come through and they always have 7 to 8 strands every time.
Really?
But before I met these dudes, life was miserable. It was just like sour or haze or kush.
It's just hard to find someone that you actually want to know your phone number that's selling weed.
Yeah, and these dudes are dope. They don't chill with you. They don't fucking try to like hang out and get to know you, like in and out. Like, give me the best weed and I'll see you later and I'll call you next time. So that's what you need. And it does not touch California. Like,
No.
California is on some shit.
It's crazy.
That's the best
The
part out here.
G-Pens, I
Have
want a
Oh,
G-Pen
G-Pen.
so
I
bad.
got a G-Pen.
Yeah.
Those dudes, I'll hook you up. Those dudes are awesome.
Oh, cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. The G-Pen is the best way to smoke because the wax tastes so good.
Yeah.
It's like minty fresh.
Yeah, like chocolate mint ice cream hash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is
so great.
G-Pen a new type of vaporizer or something?
No, there's a few of them.
I
There's-
gotta get
yeah.
you one. They're the
There's
best.
so many of them out there.
But have you
now.
had an iDab? iDab is the way to go in your home. Like on the road, G-Pen the best, but iDabs are fucking crazy.
How do you spell it? Just G
G-Pen.
dash pen?
Yeah, Granco
Yeah.
Science. My boy Chris, he lives in LA. I'll hook you guys up. He's the best.
Yeah, I've used a lot of them. Like the Plume by Pax is not bad, but
Yeah.
the G-Pen is definitely my favorite so far.
Yeah, that's the one I use on the show all the time. When we shoot on the West Coast, we'll shoot whenever we use the G-Pen.
Yeah, I want one so bad.
Yeah, they taste amazing.
Yeah, the scientists out here that are concocting different ways to take your weed, they're doing it in pretty amazing ways. They have honey now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's been some talk lately about what is the legality of hash and all these oils and stuff like that. Lately.
So they have this G-Pen vaporizer. They sell it online. Anybody could buy it online.
Yeah.
right,
Because you could
Use
cook
anything.
tobacco with it.
right.
Yeah.
So now when you buy this, what do? Do you stick weed in it
You
somewhere?
put the wax in there, you put the essential oil in there,
Yeah.
and then you just heat
When
it
you
up.
have to get that
and
from a
smoke.
dispensary.
Yeah, but you live in LA, it's no problem.
Yeah, but how do you get it? Don't tell us.
Yeah.
I know a guy who knows
We-
a guy.
He uses
yeah.
it for tobacco.
Do you have a hard time when you're on the road getting good weed when you're doing your show?
No, fans, like, people will just bring it.
Right.
They'll know and they'll just bring it. Like, when I do book tours, there's always 2 or 3 people at every book event that bring me weed. And
How
that's
many of them are
amazing.
cops?
Most of them are Asian children.
Children?
No, I'm kidding. They're usually just like Asian kids, like,
Right.
and they grew up like me and they're like, yo, I know how you are. You need this shit. I'm like,
You
amazing.
need this
Those
shit.
are the best people. They bring me weed everywhere I go.
That's funny.
That's the best thing about being a publicly known person that smokes weed. People will hook you up.
Yeah, I agree. Do you smoke pot with people that you meet?
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
who
definitely.
know you from the show?
Yeah, I'll smoke with anyone because I'm not a dude that smokes weed and then can't function. I'm a functional smoke. I need
Right.
weed to function.
Right.
know.
But do you trust their weed? Like, what if someone
Yeah.
wants to lace you up with some
I've
craziness?
never been late. No lie. Have you been late? Like
Me,
I've
no,
never-
but
yeah.
I know a person, yes.
One dude.
Yeah, I know one dude.
See,
PCP. Somebody put PCP in his
Oh.
weed.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
hardcore.
I've had it where they had
very bad situation.
I had it wasn't like a fan or anything, but I had somebody give me weed once that was dipped in embalming fluid, and that really ruined my whole night.
Wow.
Embalming, yeah, that's like.
See,
they
why
call
would
that
you do that to
sherm.
someone? I feel like with weed, it's such a friendly culture. Like, why would you
Yeah.
do that to somebody?
Because people are broken. I mean, even though weed's a friendly culture, there's a certain amount of any culture that's going to be broken.
Yeah.
There's people that are just unavoidably fucked up. There's nothing
So
can
you
do
won't
about it.
smoke weed people give you on tour?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
Not after
man.
that.
Oh, wow.
When I found out that, and there was a guy, I told the story before about a cop that was asking me for DMT in Cleveland, and I knew it was a cop. It was the most obvious cop ever. Some guy after a show by himself at a crew cut asked me for DMT. I was like, bitch, what are you talking about? Are you really coming and asking me for illegal drugs?
Yeah.
Then I thought
DMT is
about-
a specific ask, too.
Yeah.
It's a very specific flavor that you're asking
Yeah.
for.
It's very specific. When the problem is, if every place was like California, yeah, it's smoking anybody. But every place is not like California, and there are places where it's super illegal. Like you get caught in Texas, like Willie Nelson got arrested in Texas. I mean, if you arrest Willie Nelson for pot, you're a fucking communist.
Yeah.
You really you're the enemy.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean,
Willie
it's pretty
Nelson?
decriminalized in America. I think in the next 5 to 10, like, weed is going to be like California everywhere.
There's still so many
Needs to
people
be.
in jail, though. There's so many people
Yeah.
in jail because of it. And what do they do? They grandfather those guys in and let everybody out?
I don't
And
think
then
so. I don't think they're gonna. They should, but I don't think they will.
The laws in a lot of places like Phoenix, it's real bad. It's not good in Texas.
Yeah.
It's scary in a lot of places.
Yeah.
How many different cities have you gone to do your show?
We've done L.A., San Fran, Miami, New York, Taiwan. Yeah, 5.
So
we did 5.
How was Taiwan?
Taiwan was amazing,
Yeah.
man. Taiwan is the best. Taiwan is the best.
do
Definitely.
do you speak
Like, that's
any
a country,
forms
but
of
yeah,
Chinese?
Yeah, I speak Mandarin Chinese.
Now, if you're around Cantonese people, what happens?
I can't understand what they're saying. It sounds like they're playing Chinese through a guitar.
Whoa.
No, I got mad Cantonese homies, but no, I don't understand Cantonese, and they barely understand Mandarin. It's tough.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not just like north and south, like you got an accent. It's like really there's an
you-
extra tone. There's
Can
another
you
tone.
read it?
I can read some things. I know a few words. I probably read on like a kindergarten level, and I speak on like a 5th grade, 6th grade level.
But you speak on a 5th grade, 6th grade level just because you know some of it, not because it's across the board.
Oh, no, Cantonese? No, I don't know shit about Cantonese, but the written is the same.
Right.
Our written language is the same. The way
Oh,
you
okay.
speak
So
is
the written Cantonese is the same.
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Huh. So, but the way they say it is different,
Yeah.
Cantonese and Mandarin. So you can read all Cantonese, no problem.
Well, I think it's the same characters. I'm pretty sure it's the same characters.
So how the fuck is it a different language?
It's another tone. They have another tone when they speak it.
Oh my God, that's
weird.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
What does it sound like? Like, what's the difference? Can you tell me the difference? Can you give me like a sentence?
Dolomea, like they say stuff. It's just bouncier. It sounds bouncier, you
Right.
know, without being racist and making fun of it. You know, it just sounds to me like bouncier.
I think
and,
you're allowed to make fun.
you
of it.
know,
You're Chinese, dude.
Yeah,
You could let it slide.
But like, no, it's like I'm not even saying words, but I'm just imitating the sound, like Dolomea, you
Right.
know, Ding Dong Dai. You know, they're like
But-
super bouncy that way.
But it's different than Mandarin in what way? See, what's confusing
There's
to
like
me
a
is,
5th tone. Oh wow. Yeah.
but the characters are the same. Mm-hmm. But they have a different sound for the characters. Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Which is kind of crazy.
Wow. So, like one person would say shoe, they would have a totally different noise for it.
Yeah.
But if you wrote it down, you both saw shoe.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Whoa. How many people are on each?
I will check this and make sure. I mean, we could check this and make sure,
Yeah.
but I'm almost positive that it is. I'm pretty positive it is the same language.
How many people are on each? Like, I mean, there's a
There's
a
much more
billion
speaking
pe-
Mandarin. There's much more speaking Mandarin than Cantonese.
How much more?
Cantonese is just like the southeast of China and Hong Kong.
Wow. How the fuck does that ever happen? You know?
They just lost the war.
Is that what it is? Some Mongol type shit?
Yeah.
Wow. The whole idea of a billion people on a continent is a fucking trip, man.
Yeah.
And, there wasn't even a billion people on the whole planet just a little while ago.
Yeah, man, we are way too good at making babies, and that's why they try to limit it.
Yeah, my friend Duncan actually had a funny thing that he said yesterday, that some people believe that this is such an amazing time to be alive, that so many souls are trying to reincarnate to this time. That's why there's so many people on the planet.
Yeah. Okay, so they say here, written Cantonese is the most highly developed written form of all Chinese varieties, apart from standard Mandarin and classical. Standard written Chinese is based on Mandarin, but when spoken word for word as Cantonese, it sounds unnatural because its expressions are ungrammatical and unidiomatic in Cantonese. So, Cantonese speakers have developed their own written scripts, sometimes creating new characters for words that either do not exist or have been lost in standard Chinese. But basically, it's based on the same language.
Wow.
It's just more refined.
That'd be weird trying to speak English and just speak it differently. You know, but using the same words.
Yeah.
Using the same words.
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck, man? So, what is it like working with the Vice guys? We fucking love them.
Yo, I love Vice, man. Vice is the
they're
fucking
amazing.
best. I've worked with so many people, and Vice just lets you do your thing.
Yeah.
And that's the best part. And, like, I just went through a whole week. I was at TED. I'm a TED fellow this year. And I went through a whole week of people telling me what to do, where to be. And it was like being at a fucking Scientology summer camp. It was horrible.
Yeah, tell me what the fuck happened. They told you that you can't leave?
Yeah, like before you go, they're like, you need to participate in TED. You need to be there. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I figure like minds are reasonable. If you have to do something in LA, you can go do something in LA.
Right.
I gave them like 4 or 5 days of my time. Like I was there every single 13 hours. Like every day they have 13 hours of fucking activities they have mapped out for you. Some days like 15, 16 hours, right? If you go to their after events. And I was like, that's way too much fucking human interaction.
5 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
explain this. So you go there and you're going to go and do your own TED speech, right?
Yeah.
So you do your own TED speech. What is the other stuff they have for you?
They want you to be available for like networking, cocktail events, like attendees want to talk to you. You need to be available. And I was like, look, I've done a lot. Like I put people on, like I put them in touch with ad agency people. I put them in touch with other people to do business with, other artists. I was like, introducing everyone. And I thought I was good. So I went yesterday to go do DVD Asa. I went up, met up Cho, I met up Asa. And I went, and now they called me today on the way over here. And they were like, we're taking your TED fellowship away. I was like, why are you taking the TED fellowship? Like, because you went to L.A. I was like, you're in Long Beach. I just went to L.A. for the afternoon to do the fucking podcast. You're fucking crazy. And they're like, you took this spot from somebody who would have gone to every talk and been in everything. I was like, yo, the other people weren't there for everything, but you're also just crazy. Like, you're fucking crazy.
You're crazy. But they're not paying you.
No, they don't pay.
That's insane.
That's
You go to do
insane,
it for the
dude.
love. And they want you for 7 days, 12 to 15 hours a day.
What?
And you can't just leave to go do something, some work that you have to do.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
What is it where people fuck up everything?
Yeah.
Even
Yep.
something as amazing as TED. Because TED, I remember the first TED talk that I ever saw on the internet a couple years ago. We have a whole TED thread on my message board
Yeah.
about great TED episodes.
Yeah, like the one, How to Be Happy is great.
Oh, there's
You know?
so many of them.
Yeah.
Graham Hancock just gave one on the war on consciousness about ayahuasca and his own problems with kicking cannabis. He had like a crazy weed habit where he was high all day, every day for
Yeah.
like decades, and then it was a crutch for him. It was like a real
Yeah.
problem. Great TED talk about it though. There's so much good stuff, but then you hear shit like this, and you're like, even they suck.
Yeah.
Like even someone finds a way to fuck up even something as amazing as TED.
Yeah, the speakers are great. I can't say a damn bad thing. Every single one of the fellows is like inspirational, amazing, doing great work. The thing is though, something gets so good and people feel the power that they have, and then they impose rules, and that's how society got created in the beginning.
Yeah.
Somebody got so liked and got so much power that they could force you to do things that were entirely unnatural and inhuman.
That's so ridiculous too, to think that a guy like you, who's as busy as you, could give up that
7
much
days.
time,
Yeah.
and be angry if you vary from their schedule at all. That's
Sounds like
amazing.
there's more to it. I think Ted's a racist.
Ted
I
doesn't
mean,
like
they're
Chinese-
culturally kind of crazy too, because other people missed and they kind of picked on me for it. But even before I got out here, I was like, "Yo, my birthday is Friday. You want me to stay till Saturday? Can I at least have my girl stay with me? Like, and I'll just use the room." Like, "Oh, we can't because you have a roommate at TED." So you're like 30, 40-year-old people staying with
What?
a roommate. I was like,
Wait a minute.
they make you room with people.
Wait a minute. Why? How can they do that? How
They
can they
were-
tell you who to sleep with?
Yeah, they were, yes. And they were like, you have to room, it's part of the TED experience. And I was like, this is a cult. At this point, you have crossed the threshold. You are now fucking Scientology.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
That's crazy shit.
So they assign you. They say, you know what? We think that Eddie would grow if he lived with Sasha for a week.
Yeah.
So some crazy fuck who's Sasha Shulgin, who's in there cooking up crystal meth and whatever the fuck he's doing. You would have to stay with that guy.
Yes, I mean, luckily
Or
they
any
put me
guy.
with this dude Safwat, who was amazing, cool cat
I was
from
close.
like Arizona.
Sasha,
Yeah,
Safwat.
Sasha. Yeah, you were really to be able to pull the name of the dude out is amazing. His name was Safwat, and I stayed with him. But I was like, I'm 30. I haven't stayed in a hotel with people in a minute. You know,
Yeah.
How big
and
is the hotel?
It's a small, shitty hotel. It's the Hyatt Regency. It looks like a fucking airport hotel in Long
So
Beach.
you're like in the bed next to this guy.
Yeah.
So you had to hear each other snore.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
The fuck
Yes.
out of here.
What the
Yes.
fuck is that?
And they also hold this shit at Long Beach, and it's like next to like across the street. Literally, you have back to back Outback, PF Chang's, and like Subway. It's ridiculous, but the whole thing is just weird. I was like, I'll pay for my own room. They're like, no, you're not allowed. I was like,
You're not allowed to pay for your own room.
yeah, they're crazy. They just want to control you.
That is amazing.
So I still love the talks. I love all the speakers, but the organization is fucked.
That's hilarious that
Yeah.
they think that they could have that kind of influence over you. It's
can't
part of the
believe
TED experience,
It
Eddie.
is part of the TED experience.
Eddie,
Just
it's
get
part of the TED experience.
owned. To
I
get
can't
pawned.
believe that no one's talked about this before because this seems like straight up Boy Scouts.
Yeah. You know what is the thing is most people, they need TED. They need TED to put you on. They want the cosign. And most people, it's like, if you do something for me, I won't say anything about you. But I think, Joe, you're the same way. I don't give a fuck what you do for me. If you're a fucking weirdo and you're about to start some new cult conference religion, I'm going to say something. And I'm not going to follow your rules.
I would write a book about this.
Yeah.
if they actually tried to get me to do what they wanted me to do for 4, 5, 6, 7 days, whatever
Yeah.
it was, and not pay you.
They send packets, too, to be like, this is how to network with billionaires.
Wow.
Like, how to go to
How
a
to network
networking-
with billionaires.
Yeah, how to go to a network and talk to people and like talk to potential people who could collaborate and work with you. They're like, don't just go ask them for money. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Oh my
like,
God!
Common sense
Don't
shit
just
is
go
wild.
ask them for money, and it's
Yeah.
in the packets.
Yeah, and you're a grown ass man, and they pick you. Like you're obviously intelligent if you're getting picked for TED. And they're like, today when it rains, you should pack a punch. It's wild.
See
The
that
whole
what that
shit
is?
retarded.
Okay, what that is exactly the opposite of the vehicle that got them there. The vehicle that got them there is the internet.
Yeah.
What got them there is the
freedom.
fact that the freedom of the internet allows people to exchange interesting conversations like that. Hey, you got to listen to this. You got to watch this. This lady gave this speech on monkeys. It was amazing. Whatever. And what they did is the exact opposite
Yeah,
of that.
and that's why even though Obama's focusing on gun control, the most important debate that Americans will face in the next 5 years is internet freedom. Internet freedom
it's true.
is the most important debate we will face, and we are so fucking blind to it because the lobbyists are doing it under our noses.
Yeah, you surely should have the right and ability to put your own website up and control your own content and express yourself in any way, shape, form you choose.
Yeah.
And the benefits of that have been staggering to our
Yeah.
culture over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just over the last 10.
Yeah.
You know, and the idea that corporations might have the ability to step in and stop that or regulate that or restrict that or censor you if in anything that you do in somehow or another one way or a form costs them money,
Yeah.
and they decide that this is something that has to be stopped, they're going to be able to do that unless
Yeah.
we do something.
And once somebody realizes they have their hand on the faucet and they have the ability to turn it on and turn it off, people get crazy. You've seen that study
Just
about
like TED, like these
Yeah.
TED people.
Yeah,
But
they even
people
do,
have power.
Yeah, they do this shit where they invite these people to go talk, and they actually don't put up everybody's talks. Until this year, they used to pick and choose and cherry pick the talks they'd put up, and you would go there for a week, 15 hours a day, do all their shit, and then imagine if they didn't put up your talk.
But what if your talk sucks?
If your talk sucked, I feel like it should just go suck on the internet. Like
Yeah,
it'll
and
go
then you'll
hide in a
get
corner
judged.
on the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, but maybe if yes and no, because if you like say if you had a comedy conference and you had all these comedians do sets, but some of them were just dog shit, would you want that set to represent your company? No, you would. You wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't.
If I did though invite someone and they stayed for a week and I didn't pay them, I would be like, the least I owe you is the opportunity that quite possibly there's 3 people on the planet Earth that enjoy your set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one point. Yeah, that's a point. I guess if
But
you,
I know what you're saying to protect the brand. It makes a little sense, but for the most part, most people's talks are fucking good.
Yeah, they're there for a reason. So
Yeah.
it's probably really different. They're not going to get an open micer, a TED talker.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
not a
get-
bringer show.
Right.
But they give opportunities to a lot of weird people. I mean, it's absolutely possible. There must be. I bet if we just ask, I bet we're ignorant to it, but if we just say, show me the TED Talks that suck a fat dick,
Yeah.
they're going to say, okay, Twitter people, please, show me the TED Talks that suck a fat dick.
Yeah, I mean,
They'll send
everyone
them
wants
you,
to see
man.
the Sarah Silverman TED Talk that was never let out.
She gave us
was never let out?
No, they never let it out because she made fun of Ted.
See, I would have fucking wanted to watch that immediately.
Really?
Yeah. And the thing is, if you're confident in yourself, you're allowed. You can laugh at yourself. They don't know how to laugh at themselves.
She made fun of Ted in what way?
Like during her talk, it's like the mythology of it. I didn't see the talk, obviously, but there's a Sarah Silverman TED Talk they never let out.
Wow. We need to get Sarah
I
Silverman
had,
on this podcast.
Yeah, I need to run into her somewhere.
I can make it happen.
Okay, make it happen.
All
I've never heard anything bad about Ted before, so that's why this is such a shock.
It is weird though. You meet the donors and stuff, and they can't tell Asian people apart. They can't tell African people apart, and it's weird, man. Like they're nice and everybody means well.
Did they
but-
call you David Cho?
No, they just mistake you for other fellows because so many of them are Asian.
Really? That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. How many different people do it every year?
Every year they pick like 20 fellows, and then they pick a bunch of other people for the main stage. So, yeah, I mean, no, it is a ill organization. I still, even though they booted me today, I love the speakers, I love the talks, and I want it to continue. But I hope that they at least, they could say I suck, and that's fine. They could be like, Eddie's a shithead. He went to L.A. He did the fucking podcast, and he sucks. But I hope they just change the rules for future people. So it's
Listen,
not
you
so
didn't do
fucking
anything
inhumane.
wrong. They're crazy. And all they represent is a distribution method for the greatest minds on Earth. That's
Yeah.
all they represent. It's not that they are the greatest minds on Earth.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many interesting people today. We live in an amazing time. And
Yeah.
just when you good something like TED, whatever that TED stands for, it became synonymous on the internet with fascinating talks.
Yeah.
Boom, and then it's off.
Yeah.
But if
They
you
did a good
wanted
job,
to,
yeah.
you could do the Eddie Wong's, fascinating motherfuckers on Vice and do the exact same thing.
Yes,
It's like,
I think there's a lot of room for that because
Yeah.
conferences, like I would love to hear more people from, downtown LA, downtown New York,
Mm-hmm.
talking and doing these ideas because they don't find those dudes. They find academics. They find people playing ancient instruments. They find people that are, working nature things. And they have their kind of like cultural sect, But there is a lot of room to find genius in other places. Genius is everywhere. You know this.
Yeah.
You travel around the world, you find genius anywhere. So there's room for conferences that like look under different cultures because they're kind of looking under the same stones all the time.
right, and they're going to run out of bugs.
Yeah, and I'm one of the first times they've stepped out to be like, all right, there's this dude. He's Chinese. He's into hip hop. He lives in downtown New York. He used to sell drugs. He now has a restaurant. I think I was the only working chef that was a TED Fellow. So I was one of their choices that was really out there, but it just didn't work out.
It didn't work out because you're not willing to be a fucking slave and sleep in a hotel room with a stranger for a week.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They had me. I rehearsed for 2 days. I fucking did the talk. I did everything I'm supposed to do, and then I was like, I'm gonna just peace out for like a half day, and they bugged.
Wow, that's crazy, and the
is
fact
crazy.
that they don't pay you, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You guys need to do a Vice show exposing Ted,
That's
how
what you need
loony
to do.
Ted is.
I told Vice that. I
What did
told them
Vice
that
say?
before I got booted. I sent them an email like, yo, you got to see this shit. It's like the beginnings of Scientology.
Wow. It is so true that once people have a position of power and influence and people want to be a part of them, people go corrupt.
Yep.
They
And
go
like, what
corrupt
is
and
the
fuck the whole thing
threshold?
up.
What is the threshold at which something becomes a religion? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
It's so easy to start a cult today.
Yeah.
There's so many people looking to jump on board. All the people that would have 100 years ago become Catholics, now they're like, man, popes just won't stop fucking kids. I can't do this. I need a new cult.
I don't know why people still believe in these. Like, you look at what these people are doing. Like, what's happening in the Catholic Church is insane.
Fucking Pope's resigning.
Yeah.
This is the first time it's gotten so hot that the Pope's like, I'm out of here. He's asked for immunity from the Italian government from prosecution because
Yeah.
he's responsible for shielding pedophiles.
Yep.
He personally, and a lot of people don't know this, the Pope personally responsible for taking pedophiles and shifting them away to another place where they molested more kids.
And what would you expect? These people aren't allowed to have sex.
Yeah.
It's natural to want to have sex. It's natural to want to go to LA and do podcasts.
Yeah.
Soon they're going to be like, you cannot come to TED and have sex without condoms. I'd be like, fuck that.
Could you imagine? There's
That'd be
no
horrible.
unprotected sex.
There's no raw dogging at TED. That would be
legal,
horrible.
no ass fucking while you're here.
Oh, man.
Not while you're a TED fellow.
There would be mutiny.
I wonder if they would have you could slowly start imposing behavior standards, on fellows. If you want to call it like a TED fellow or whatever new organization you want to start.
They do shit like you should give a standing ovation when this person comes. You should do this and that. It's
What?
crazy. Yeah. It's
Wait a
wild.
minute. Fake standing ovations?
Yeah, and they were also saying, when the founder comes, Chris Anderson comes, you don't have to give him a standing ovation. It's nice if you want to, but he doesn't actually need you to do it. I'm like, the fact that you needed to give me this fake halfway disclaimer is so fucking strange.
Wow, that's
It's
so
so strange.
bizarre.
Yeah.
They tell you who to and not to
Yeah.
give standing ovations to. Who's
And
a
you have
must?
to apply. You have to apply to go to TED to attend, and then once you're accepted, you pay $8,000.
What?
That's a mind fuck.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You had to pay?
No, hell no, I didn't
But
pay.
the people who do it, they
people that
apply.
attend,
Okay, so the
Yeah.
people that attend, these strict audience members, you're saying. Okay.
You gotta want to be so down so bad to do that, to go through an application process and then fucking pay.
That's a lot of money.
That's
How
a
many
lot of
people are
bread.
going? How many people go?
I don't know. I think 2,000, 3,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of money they make.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
yeah,
They make off of you.
yeah.
2,000 people paying $8,000 is how much?
Six.
360,000?
No, 16. It's
100, what is it? 160,000?
no.
Oh, is that
it's
what it
gotta
is?
be more. No, it's way more than that. It's like 16 million, I think.
What?
Yeah,
2,000. Okay.
2,000
We're so
times.
Is
Yeah,
it 16 million?
2,000 times
Jamie,
8,000.
you don't know shit about your
Jamie.
numbers.
Yeah.
And I didn't even bother
Ask
counting.
a Asian,
I listened
Joe.
to you.
Ask a Asian.
Always. I'm asking Asians from now on.
Pretty
Jamie,
sure it's 16 million in my
Jamie,
head.
you silly bitch. What is it, Brian? Do you have a? There's a calculator built into
Hey,
a Mac,
what's
right?
the number? What's the number?
It's gotta be
2,000 times 8,000.
It's got to be 16 million.
What's 2,000 times 8,000?
This might answer your question.
It is 1.6 million, I think.
Oh,
1.6 million.
Whoops,
Okay.
I was one off. I was
Yeah.
excited.
Okay, that
That's
makes
still
sense.
a lot of bread.
So they made 1.6 million.
No, it's 16 million.
Yeah, 16 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The
So
human calculator was
bam,
fast.
very nice. So they made 16 million, which is even crazier. And they did this in this time where you were there, and no one got
We
paid.
didn't get paid. Nobody got paid.
Wow.
Yup. We are suckers, dude.
Wow.
We're suckers. And they're always telling you, you're going to get exposure. I was like, no lie. More people listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm sorry.
That's true, Ted. Suck it,
Yeah.
Ted.
Hey.
We got you beat by like 1 million.
Yup.
But that's still nuts, man. That's a lot of money. We're not making that money. We need to make that money.
You
we
guys
need to get
should.
8,000 people
Joe
to
Rogan
give up
conference.
$10 million each. I know how to do it.
All right,
I'm going to just raise the bar and only get really stupid rich people. I'm not, I don't want to go after poor people because I think that's rude. So 1 million. You got a bolt soon?
Yeah, my bad, Joe.
Okay. No, that's all right. What are you doing next? What do you got going on?
I got a meeting, LA meetings. I
Powerful
gotta go
meetings.
to NBC shit. Bullshit.
Dude.
My bad.
What
It's
are you
a
going to
weak
do next?
excuse.
Is you got another show you're working on after the Vice show?
Yeah.
You tell us. Give us a sneak preview.
No.
Is it going to be on NBC?
We optioning the book. The book
Really?
is going to become a sitcom. We want to, the
Wow.
Margaret Cho moratorium has been lifted, right? Right. The Margaret Cho moratorium on Asian television has been lifted. We want to
Wow.
do a sitcom from the books.
Oh, that's fascinating. Like
Yeah.
Chelsea Lately.
Yeah. Well, I have not seen that, but all I know is my dad's dream was to be Al Bundy, and hopefully someone can play Al Bundy like my dad.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you got to lock Bobby Lee up to a long-term deal right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Be a part of your movie or your show?
I was kind of hoping Ron Artest would go yellow face.
I wonder if he can do it. What can they do with CGI? Think about what they did to what's his name in Tron. Can they do that with an American actor? Could they do that? Just have
For my
some.
family, there's 5 people. I kind of want to just get the Michigan Fab Five together and yellow face. Go yellow face.
Just tape.
It's
Dude,
funny.
What was that?
Because
Oh,
networks are like, which Asian actor would you want? I'm like, I don't know. Just get the Fab Five to go yellow face.
There was a Chinese Chinese investigator that they used to do, Charlie Chan, And in the movie, it was a white guy that played Charlie Chan. Do you know that?
No.
The original Charlie Chan. Yeah, the original Charlie Chan was, it was some old dude. Hold on a second. Charlie Chan was like this wise, old school detective. But yeah, it was played by Warner Oland. He wasn't Chinese at all. Look at him.
Yeah, no, a lot of people went yellowface back in the day.
I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
When did they start? You got to leave. But when did they start adding Asian actors to roles, like allowing Asians to play roles?
It was probably Gremlins 1.
Oh, Big Trouble in Little China.
They were like, no white people want to be around this gremlin.
Wow.
Yeah. But yo, thank you for
Well, dude,
having me,
please,
man.
next
That's fucking
time,
amazing.
come back again. Come back,
Death
stay
Squad.
all day. You're in the house, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. And please go buy Eddie's book. It is called Fresh Off the Boat. It is available on audible.com. You can go to audible.com/Joe, and you can get that book for free if you'd like. And you also get a 30-day free. Hey, we got to take a picture of you before you leave. We got to take 30-day free membership to audible.com, and it's one of our sponsors, audible.com/Joe. Thank you also to Onnit. Go to onnit.com, ONNIT. Use the code name Rogan. Save yourself 10% off any and all supplements. We will be back Sunday night with Dr. Stephen Greer. He is that super smart dude who claims that he speaks to aliens. He's the guy from the Disclosure Project, and he's not a loon. This is going to be very fascinating, but it's going to be late. It'll be 8 o'clock California time on Sunday. So go check it out. This Friday and Saturday, me and my little buddy Brian and our pal Sam motherfucking Tripoli are going to be in Ohio. We will be at the Taft Theater on Friday in Cincinnati and the Palace Theater in Columbus on Saturday. And then we will see you back here in cyberspace Sunday night for the crazy Stephen Greer UFO Revelation podcast. My dick is hard just thinking about this. Although that's probably not what Mr. Greer wants to hear. Him being a distinguished gentleman of science, you don't want to hear someone's dick is hard to meet you, but it is. So deal with that. All right. We love the shit out of you guys, and we couldn't be happier with everything. So we'll see you soon, hopefully. Keep it together, bitches. Love yourself as you would love other people, and them too, and that, and this, and the other thing. Get it together.